The Las Vegas Grand Prix is officially 6 days away, and in 2 days I will be driving out to Vegas to enjoy the race. But there's been a lot of controversy already around this race, so let me tell you my thoughts and the top 5 things I am most excited for about this race weekend. Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Barista Josh F1. If you don't know me, if you haven't been following along for a while, I make content mostly around F1, but also in some other motorsports. Stay tuned because we might be going somewhere fun December 9th and 10th. I'll let that be your clue of where we might be going. But we're not here to talk about other motorsports today. We're here to talk about Las Vegas. And guys, it's been a bit crazy leading up to it. There's been a lot of concerns, a lot of people just automatically assuming it's going to be a bad race. And let me first of all tell you one little thing. We don't know how good the race is going to be. What do we do know? It's going to be cold and there's going to be some rain probably. That's all we know. It might be the greatest race of the season. We don't know. So how about we all just take a second, we take a nice deep breath, and we just give it a second till we judge this race. Let's let the race weekend happen and see what happens. We never know. It genuinely might be a good race. But that being said, there are some things that I'm pretty excited for, as I'm going to be there in person. Very excited. So let me tell you the top 5 things I am most excited for about the race weekend in Las Vegas. Number 1, cars under the lights. I've only seen cars in person under the lights at one race, and it was Singapore, and it might have been one of my favorite race weekend experience because there is nothing like watching F1 cars drive around a street track under the lights. It is an unmatched experience, and that itself will just be amazing with Vegas in the background. I am so excited for that. Number 2, the Ellis Island Turn 4 and Beer Garden, where I am going to be sitting. I've been looking at some of the photos coming from this grandstand, and I think of all the spots to be, especially on lap 1, it might be one of the greatest spots. You get a nice long straight to watch down as they come out of those first corners at the start of the lap. It's going to be a great spot to sit, and the freaking beer garden looks stunning. And as a beer man myself, as a man who loves a good brew, they've got a special lager for the race, so very excited to try that one out. So I'll keep you all updated on that one. The third thing I'm genuinely excited for, honestly, is the racing. I think because we have no idea what's going to happen, I think the racing could genuinely be very good. The temperature could cause some chaos. The potential for a little bit of rain could cause some chaos. And overall, I think this race weekend is just going to have some good vibes, some good quality racing. And maybe I'm completely wrong on that, and if I am, just flame me in the comments if I am. The fourth thing that I'm super excited for is the battle for P2 and P4 in the Constructors Championships. It looked like McLaren had this all wrapped up for P4, which, as a McLaren boy myself, I was stoked about. But now Aston Martin went back on some of their earlier changes, and it looks like they might be able to put up a fighting chance with 2 races to go. And you also have Mercedes and Ferrari locked in a very tight battle for P2 at the moment. And with 2 races to go, that means that this qualifying in this race at Vegas could be interesting just because it could clinch up the Constructors or make it a much tighter battle at the end of the day. So I think the battle for P2 and P4 in the Constructors is going to be awesome to witness in Vegas. And lastly, the 5th thing, the fans. If you've ever been to any of the US races, especially the one in Austin, you will know, and this is coming from someone who's gone to a lot of races in a lot of different countries, the US fans arguably are some of the best fans besides Mexico. Mexico brings some crazy energy that even we can't match, but US fans bring this incredible energy to the track. And I know there's people going to Vegas that are gonna that only have a ticket for a day and they're still flying in, that don't even have tickets and are just gonna try to enjoy the race from somewhere. Those are the fans that we want to see. I am excited to see those fans and hang out with those fans. It's going to be a good time with all the US fans at this race. And I also know there's some people traveling internationally, and so it's going to be awesome. It's going to be really awesome just to hang out with all the fans this weekend. All that being said, extremely excited for this race weekend. Super big shout out to FanAmp for getting me there. It's a race weekend that I've been wanting to go to since they announced it, but it didn't look like it was going to happen. And then right at the end, FanAmp came in there and hooked me up. So very excited to just share everything about this race weekend with all of you guys. It's going to be interesting. At the end of the day, it's going to be interesting. And if I was to say one thing to close this all out, I would just ask everyone to just go into the race weekend with an open mind. I will share with you my experience. If it's terrible, if it sucks, if it was awful, I'll tell you that. If it was amazing, I will tell you that as well. But like, let's all just go in with a little bit of an open mind and see how the race weekend actually is. Because who knows? Vegas could be the greatest race of the season. We all watched Brazil, and that's supposed to be a really great race, and it wasn't. So I think the door is open for Vegas to be a really good race if we allow it to be and we have an open mind. But that's it for me. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, comment what you're excited for about Vegas Blow, and maybe I'll see you around the Vegas track. See y'all later.